A very good morning to all of you. Thank you, Chairman, for the wonderful introduction. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to talk to you all today morning. I thank Chairman Dr. Sam Abraham for inviting me to join this online session. I am a former student of KCC. I belong to the 2000-2002 batch. Currently, I am heading the CSE scheme under the Digital India program in Tamil Nadu. Today, I will be talking about COVID-19 and its impact on colleges. Closure of colleges and universities due to COVID-19 will not only have a short-term impact on the continuity of learning for almost more than 285 million young learners in India, but it will also create far-reaching economic and social consequences. The pandemic has significantly disturbed the education sector, which is a critical element of our country's economic future. Colleges provide essential learning, and when colleges close, students and youth are deprived of opportunities for growth and development. A college is not paradise, but college is a place where paradise can be created. Today, an online classroom with all its limitations remains a location of great possibility. Today, colleges and students are suddenly put into choppy and uncharted waters. The structure of college and learning, including teaching and assessment, are first to be affected by these closures. Only a handful of private as well government colleges could adopt online teaching methods. I am glad KCC is one among them. Thanks to the chairman for his visionary thinking. A multi-skilled strategy of these colleges is necessary to manage the crisis and build a robust Indian education system in the long run. In this time of crisis, a well-rounded and effective educational practice is what is needed for the capacity building of young minds across the country. It will develop skills and will drive their employability, their productivity, their health and well-being in the decades to come, and ensure the overall progress of our great India. Colleges should help everyone in providing quality education for all, even in these exceptional tough times. Teachers and students should get comfortable with the online format of education. Experts, they say, students would be wise to exercise patience with their professors. The professors who are also navigating the quick move to online courses with very little lead time. Clear communication and planning are required to reduce anxiety around the transition process for everyone, both students, teachers, and even parents. Students can leverage on a self-directed study mode, and that can be a good thing if students accept and celebrate this forced maturity of studying alone, of taking their responsibility. This will prepare students to become more mature and prepared citizens for the next step when the world adjusts to a new and hopefully healed normal norm post-COVID. The virtual lecture is already a decades-old phenomenon in our country. Medical and engineering colleges have long moved, years before they have moved, lectures online. In so many cases, it makes much more sense to use faculty and student time together for active learning. As the old saying goes, everything after the third row is distance education. Many faculty members and students are also discovering what others have known for a long time, that virtual office hours and virtual advising are more convenient for both teachers and students. It is inevitable that we incorporate some of the eye-opening new possibilities to our academic and other activities. Online experience can help students achieve things that otherwise would be impossible on campus. Many KCCians this March will be doing virtual internships. With creative thinking, virtual internships can offer valuable experience to students beyond March internship or beyond summer internship. A KCC student might do a virtual internship in US during his semester break, or a KCC student could virtually continue a summer internship after he is back in classes. Why limit practical experience to summers or a 250 or 500 kilometer radius from campus like Madurai, Chennai or Bangalore? We can go beyond that. These are big changes and they will require work, creativity and resources from faculty and chairmen like Dr. Sam Abraham. But they are also great opportunities. It is important to remember that colleges are always changing. Lots has to and will change in the field of education and learning. In the coming weeks, in the coming months and in the years to come. But one thing is for sure, we are never going to go back to the pre-crisis era or pre-COVID era. That is now behind us. We will have to let go of the syllabus as it existed before. We will have to revisit the notion of everyone having to do the same thing at the same time. We will have to re-examine assignments that invite cheating, of course by students. We will have to tone down our doubts about student integrity. We will have to sit together to discuss content and content delivery. Tomorrow will be a new dawn, a new morning for all of us. What we make of it is entirely in our hands. Change is desirable. Change is inevitable. Change, in fact, has been forced upon us. Whether we use the opportunity to advantage or let it pass us by will decide whether the future will shock us or we will create shock absorbers that will in fact use the impact to cushion us in our journey to a better tomorrow. Best of luck to each one of you. Do follow safety guidelines. Stay safe. Thank you again, Chairman, for this opportunity. Thank you, one and all.